It is overtime here again at Old Favorite Friday, talking about great classic beers. And I've got an interesting one for us this week, and this is the Bavik Super Wit. Now, this beer is was only made, quote unquote, in 2021. So how is it an Old Favorite Friday beer? Well, it's a reformulation and a rebranding of a beer called Wittekerke. And Wittekerke has been around since the 90s. Fantastic wit beer, Belgian style wit beer, and one of the early wit beers I ever tried. I used to work at a small little hookah bar called the Funky Buddha Lounge, turned into one of the biggest breweries in the Southeast, and Wittekerke was like a staple beer there. That was a great beer to have as your shift beer at the end of the night. Just clean, well-made, classic Belgian style wit, you know, cloudy, giving you those orange and coriander hints. And I just drank this like crazy. And then one day Wittekerke was gone. I didn't actually see the rebranding myself, but didn't notice it. And then I was looking at this beer and looking into it and found out, lo and behold, this is Wittekerke. Now they said they did a brand refresh as well as a slight reformulation, but it still is that classic Belgian style wit beer. And you know, we do a Belgian style wit called the Wizard. And Wizard and any Belgian style wit should have that orange and coriander. There's two ingredients that go in every one of them. But one of the things I love about the classic Belgian wits, the ones from Belgium, is that they tend to be constrained with the orange and coriander. They don't want it to dominate. They don't want it to be an orange and coriander beer. They want it to be a beer with orange and coriander. So you get this beautiful cloudy beer with this subtle tartness that comes from the wheat malt, dry as a bone, those whispers of orange and coriander, those herbal and grassy hops to balance out the fruit and spice flavors, and you've just got a delicious drinkable beer, lower in ABV, 5% ABV, and it's perfect, right? A lot of people think about wit beers as being kind of heavy and overly sweet because a lot of Americans do Belgian wit beers a little bit overly sweet, but this would be just as at home as your lawnmower beer as any American lager, in my opinion. So they also make a Pilsner, the Super Pils, which is fantastic, but this is one I love. I also have to point out, it comes with its own little handle, little carrying case. I mean, that's just cute. This is a great product, it's a great beer. I can't recommend it enough. And especially if you're getting into Belgian wits or you've been turned off by Belgian wits that you've had that are made by American breweries that might not know the style too well, this is a great way to kind of recharge yourself and get back into kind of the roots of what this beer is supposed to be. I'll take one more sip. Food and beer pairings for this. The classic one is mussels when you're talking about wit beers, but I'll go a little bit deeper into that. Something like a linguine pasta with a white wine, butter sauce, and you can throw in your mussels, your clams, calamari, shrimp, scallops, that kind of seafood pasta. Throw in a little bit of tomato there as well for some extra acidity to go with the acidity from the beer itself. And that's just gonna be a good time. It's got a great refreshing flavor that complements all the flavors that are in the dish, and it's gonna be dynamite together. But there are the classic ones, like I said, the moules frites, the French fries, and the mussels that'll go with this as well. And that's about all I got. So this is a great beer. Pick it up this weekend if you have it in your neck of the woods. And then also look around on our channel to see other videos that we're doing about other classic beers. Like, subscribe, leave a comment even. We'd like to hear from you guys. Also leave a comment and tell us if you love this beer or if we should be drinking a different beer next week for Old Favorite Friday. And we'll see you then. Cheers.